What's your time back my Raw review for Memorial Day, May 25th, and surprisingly, it was actually better than the last 2 weeks. Surprisingly, it was in the Vault City Arena in Columbus, Ohio. So yeah, there is that. So like I said, so it was the last stop before Clash in LA and all that. So there's that, and we started with Paul Heyman in the ring. He says he introduced himself, and then Heyman says he has to get this part out of the way. He wasn't going to run the Monday Night Raw and all that, and then Heyman's cut up by an Oba chant and all that, and then he says this Sunday in Clash LA, Oba steps into the ring with Brock Lesnar and all that. And then with a video, Brock Lesnar says he doesn't get congratulated Oba beating him at WrestleMania, but that victory will cost him and all that. And he said good news that everyone is watching will have a chance this Sunday to see history play out in real time and all that. And then Oba comes out and all that. He says it's time. He's fighting to kill him. And Oba walks on and Paul Heyman must have pissed himself and all that. Anyways, and Roman was shown in the arena and all that. And Rey Mysterio is apparently the new AAA general manager. Okay. I don't mind that, really. No, literally, I don't. Anyways, now we get for the Intercontinental Championship. Penta defeating Geronimo in a fucking amazing match. Like, jeez, man. Like, I was like, it was a good match for once, and this is one, and then thank God for that. Penta wins. Keep the belt on him, honestly. He's doing great with that belt. So, yeah, I give it a 4 out of 5, and that was great and all that. And then Logan Paul is suffering a torn tricep. Good. But the news is there's no fucking tag teams in this fucking company. Paul is looking for Brock Lesnar. It's looking at the Brock Lesnar versus over thing where Austin Theory walks in. Theory him the World Tag Team Champions and Heyman asks what's he doing. Theory says Logan Paul is injured. Heyman says everything content that any kind of division can defend the tag titles with Braun Breaker, Theory's huge, and all that. Then we get Joe Henry saying, "Can we fire Logan Paul?" And I was like, "Please just fucking get rid of him." And then also he attacks him. He gives him a chair shot to the skull. Ugh. Anyways, Angel is walking backstage where Seth walks up to him and Rollins says he's not trying to start anything. And then Montez walks up and says, not going to happen when Rollins is around. Rollins says, no, things good and all that. And then set up a match between the two later in the show. Anyways, then Rain nearly the match, which is match at that AAA event. I just ended, please. And Giovanni was just walking backstage where Penta walks up to him and apologizes, and he doesn't mean to disrespect him. And Evans will see him again for the title. And then Ray comes up and walks up and told Penta and puts him over, and Penta puts Mysterio over and says he loved one day to face Mysterio and all that. I was like, yeah, stay with that. Anyways, Anyways, then Bailey and Lyra defeats Raquel and Roxanne. I mean, I'm just getting sick of the Judgment Day, all that. And oh my god, Liv Morgan. She didn't. She's not wrestling on the show. Let's start being the fucking champion. At this point, you might as well give the belt to Becky Lynch. You might as well just give the belt to her because she's put more care in that IC title than Liv Morgan does. This match was fine, but there's that 2.5 and there was that. I'm just waiting for the Judgment Day to fucking die already. They showed what happened last week on Raw where Roman and the Usos attacked Jacob Fatu and Jacob Fatu challenged Reigns to tribal combat and all that. And anyways, Bold Eagle is heading up with Roman Reigns, the world, and Roman to let him fire Jacob Fatu. Roman says Fatu keeps pulling aces out of his sleeve and all that. Because Pierce because they're all screwed and all that. Anyways, then LA Knight comes out. He says, nice ovation. Nice. Says, it's been a while since WrestleMania that he stood before them in the ring. He says he's entering the King of the Ring and gonna win it. And then Jimmy Uso comes out and says, you better not interrupt with bloodline business and all that. Yeah. That's fine. Anyways, then Ray with Bull Eagle, and then Ethan Page comes in and isn't happy that Johanna is a free Intercontinental title and all that. Then Rusev walks up and challenges Ray to a match and all that. Anyways, then we get Seth Rollins defeating Montez Ford in a solid match. And then, by the way, 3.5 I'll give the match. Afterwards, Theory attacks Angel Dawkins on the stage, and there's that. Anyways, then Montez wants to know how Dawkins is, and Rollins runs over and asks about Dawkins, and then Ford said they got bigger fish to fry and all that. He needs to cut the head of the snake. He wants Braun Breaker as soon as he can. And then Becky Lynch gets an interview about Soul Broker and all that. Then we get a number of contenders match. Wait, this is a number of contenders match? Oh, okay. Reigns defeats Rusev. Rusev was a bad loser and attacked him. But then Dragon Lee saved the day, and there's that. It was another decent match. Yep. Yeah. 3 out of 5 will give it. Anyways, Theory is there again. Moving on to there's a video of Brock versus Opa 2, and then we get the contract for Clash in LA. Roman and Jacob Fatu. Fatu just threw the tail out of the ring. There was $2 security, of course, but they didn't get fucked up, unfortunately. Roman heads to the ring. The security keeps Fatu back. As Reigns gets in the ring, the crowd chants happy birthday at Reigns, who turns 41. Oh, yeah, it's Roman Reigns' birthday, by the way. So there's that. Reigns looks over at Fatu and says, leave us, and then Pierce asks whatever it would be better for them and all that. Then Reigns says Columbus Ohio on some, we always, the crowd roars. But there's some booze in there also. There was also, that. All Fatu had to do is acknowledge him, and Reigns beat him at Backlash. All Fatu had to do was acknowledge him, and they could move on to the next mission. And then Fatu asked if he was supposed to acknowledge Reigns like everyone else. Fatu said, hell nah. Fatu says he's not like everyone else. Reigns is the reason why their family is living the life they have. Reigns is the reason their family is at the top of the mountain. And then all that. Fatu says in trial comment he will dog walk your bitch ass. Giving Fatu a mic is always good to listen. It's always good to be good no matter what. There, it's like Scott Steiner was. If Fatu beat him, Fatu is the head of the table and all that. And Fatu says, "Okay, yeah, well, it looked like a win for me. It looks like a win-win for me, Roman, if the dog walks his ass. He still have a job here when Fatu walks, Reigns, and all that." And then the two just shook hands and all that. I thought Fatu was going to give him the tongue and death grip, but no, it was the end of it. And that was how Raw ended. And yeah. So yeah. Yeah, not bad at all. So yeah. B minus. Yeah. So there's that. So tomorrow, I guess we do the Wonder Park review, I guess. That, and then tomorrow will be the Fallout from Eternal Ascend and all that. Has to be the show after that event and then all that. And then Thursday, my second channel, subscribe to the page on that one. You will see WWE Slamboree 1994 on there, and we're done for now. There. Like to do a comment below, subscribe to this, share my notification. I will get back to the video game reviews also, so think of another one. And there's that in there. Goodbye.